If you've got a painful hip, the last thing you want is to have to wait for months to find out what's wrong with it, and even longer to have surgery. Waiting lists in the NHS are terrible now, the worst I've seen in my career. I saw some patients recently who've been on an NHS list for over a year. All of them were feeling miserable, tired and suffering the consequences of chronic pain, poor sleep, getting unfit and putting on weight. If you've got health insurance, you can use this to pay for treatment when and where you want it. You can choose your surgeon. Why is that important? Surely we're all much the same in terms of our training and what we do. Well, yes, that is true to a certain extent. Surgery is tightly regulated and most of us do the same things for our patients. But one of the benefits of private treatment is that you have a much more personal relationship with your surgeon. I think that's important when you're feeling anxious and vulnerable. I offer a very hands-on, personal level of care. I live not very far from the hospital and I work with carefully chosen people who share my clinical and professional values. I don't compromise. If you don't have health insurance, you can pay for your treatment. It's called self-pay and all private hospitals offer it. You pay for a consultation and investigations to confirm the diagnosis and discuss the treatment options. If you decide to go ahead with the surgery, you pay for a package of care that includes everything, including the surgeon and the anaesthetist. There's a range of prices in the UK and it's a competitive market. It's expensive whatever way you look at it, ranging from £11,000 to about £16,000. There was an article about self-pay in the Daily Telegraph recently. Southampton is the most expensive place in the UK for hip replacement surgery. I was shocked to see this, as I thought London would be much more expensive. However, as L'Oreal says, because I'm worth it. Seriously though, not all hospitals offer the same level of service and cover if things don't go to plan. So it does pay to shop around very carefully. Look at the terms and conditions. Some of the independent treatment centres offer a much cheaper option. How do they do it? I really don't know, to be honest. They are privately run hospitals that do mainly NHS elective and diagnostic work. They employ their own consultants, unlike most private hospitals in the UK. Surgeons like me are independent practitioners who are granted permission to practice in the hospitals where we treat patients. Most of us are or were consultants in NHS hospitals. Self-pay treatment is just like any other major purchase, like buying a car or going on a trip of a lifetime. You need to do your research. Ask friends and relatives if they've got any experience of what you've got in mind, and then come to a decision. You can always ask for another opinion if you have any doubts about the treatment you've been offered. Where can you look for independent advice though? Well, the Care Quality Commission and the Private Health Information Network are good places to start. All hospitals must submit detailed information to these organisations. I've put some links to them below. But the best thing to do though is to speak to people you know who've had hip surgery. Ask them how it went, who did it and what the care was like. Physios usually know who gets good outcomes. I know that getting to see your GP is difficult at the moment, but they can often point you in the right direction as well. Well, I hope you found this was helpful. If you'd like to know more about self-pay treatment or anything to do with hips, then please get in touch. The details are below in the description. Thanks for watching. See you all again next time.